Hey, it's Randy from Funeral Funds of America. In this video, I'm going to show you the actual cost for $5,000 with the burial, cremation, final expense, life insurance, or funeral funds for a 66-year-old male. Now, first thing you need to understand is you can go directly to our website at funeralfunds.com, and we've got these free quotas on just about every page. All you got to do is click on state, select the state that you live in. We are licensed in all 50 states, by the way, and then click the coverage amount. And then put in your birthday and the rest of the info, click Get Quotes Now. It'll take you to a page that shows our quoter that we actually use to quote our clients. It's going to have the best companies with the best pricing, and you get access to that for free. And that way you can be an educated consumer. So take advantage of that. You can also call us at our toll-free number, 888-862-9456, and talk with one of our staff or agents. Now, the first thing you want to think about, if you're a 66-year-old male and you're looking for $5,000 worth of burial, cremation, final expense, life insurance, or funeral funds, is $5,000 going to be enough? Now, if you're going to be cremated, the average cost of a cremation right now in the United States is between $1,000 to $2,000. Now, that's just if you come home in a cardboard box or an urn. Now, if you're going to be cremated and have some sort of ceremony, like a celebration of life or remembrance ceremony, something like that, that's probably going to be about $3,500 to $4,500 with the cremation. So if you're looking at $5,000, that would definitely do the job right now. Now, if you are 66 years old and you just want the cremation, come home in a cardboard box or an urn, we would probably typically recommend $5,000 to $7,000 because we want to build a little bit extra money in there just to adjust for the cost of inflation. You know, because I'm sure you'd like to live to maybe like 76 or 86 years old. And what that does is it gives you a little bit of money, extra money, if you live a long time. And God forbid something happens sooner, it just provides some extra money for some other unexpected expenses, maybe medical bills or something like that, to get that paid off. Now, if you were going to do the cremation in the ceremony, we'd typically recommend somewhere between $5,000 to $10,000. And keep in mind, if your budget's tight and all you can afford is $5,000, just do the $5,000 for right now. You can always add more coverage, but most people would take a look at somewhere between $7,000 to $10,000. Now, if you're going to get buried, the average cost of a burial right now in the United States is right around $10,000. Now, at $10,000, that is not going to be a very fancy funeral, but we can't imagine that most funeral homes in the United States would turn you away if you had a $10,000 check in your hand. You know, why would they give that money away and let that money just walk down the road to one of their competitors? So just understand it's not going to be anything, fancy by any means. But $5,000 worth of coverage is not going to pay for a burial. Now, there's a couple instances where it would certainly help. Maybe you already had a $5,000 policy and it was enough at the time when you got that and you want to add more coverage. So you want to add $5,000 to get up to $10,000. That would be okay. Maybe you had a $10,000 and, that was enough when you got it years ago, but prices have gone up and it's going to be more expensive later and you just want to add $5,000 to it. That'd be smart to do. But bottom line is, just get the insurance, and we recommend you get what fits your budget, and don't buy a whole lot of extra insurance to give to kids or something like that. Most of the people we work with are on fixed or limited incomes, and it just, having a bigger bill just does not make sense. But certainly you want to make sure at least your final expenses are taken care of. Now, we always recommend first day coverage or benefits at Funeral Funds of America. That's what we help people with. And we don't recommend those plans that have 2-year waiting periods at all. Now, some people would say, well, yeah, I'd like first day coverage, but those plans ask health questions and I'm not in the best of health. And to that, we would say, hey, that's our problem. Let us do our job. So we work with numerous different insurance companies, and they all have different underwriting requirements. So they all look at different health problems differently. And we've got a 90-95% average success rate of getting people first day coverage or benefits. So just let us worry about that. Let us work on your behalf. Now, the only reason you wouldn't qualify for first day coverage is if you had some significant health or medical issues going on, like maybe a terminal illness and you're going to pass away in the next 12 months, or you had dementia, or you were on dialysis or in a hospital or in a nursing home. If that were the case, then we typically refer you out to a different insurance company. And then it seems like we get a call every week from, at least one person that says, hey, we had somebody in the family die this last week and they didn't have insurance. We don't have any money. Their body is down at the funeral home and the funeral home's not going to do anything until they get a check. So we need to get this insurance really quick so we can get the funeral homes a check. And to that we say unfortunately, there's not a single insurance company in the United States that will approve somebody who's already died. The insurance doesn't work out that way. And it's really terrible that somebody passed away and never took care of their family, never even thought of them, or maybe they thought about it and they were going to do it later. But, we all know that in life, sometimes later never comes. But it's just a really terrible thing to burden your family with bills and the emotional kind of just putting them in peril emotionally when this all could have been prevented. It's just a terrible thing to do. Don't do that to your family. Don't be that person. So one thing we don't recommend is plans with 2-year waiting periods. Now, Colonial Penn is just one of the many companies that offers 2-year waiting periods. There's other companies out there too, like Mutual of Omaha, their United of Omaha line, AIG, Gerber, and there's a bunch of other companies too that only sell 2-year waiting periods. And some of these companies have done a very good job of convincing the American public that anybody over age 50 will not qualify for first day coverage, to which we say, nothing could be further from the truth. Don't believe everything you hear on advertising, especially if it's on TV. Holy cow. But yeah, so Colonial Penn, their $9.95 plan is a 2-year waiting period, which means it won't pay out a penny in life insurance death benefit if you die in the first 2 years of a health or medical cause of death. And then also, a lot of 66-year-old men probably see that commercial and they go, oh my gosh, for $9.95, I can probably get $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, maybe even $50,000. And then they talk with somebody at Colonial Penn, or they go on the website like we've done here, and they find out that 1 unit of coverage for a 66-year-old male at $9.95 is only $846. Doesn't that seem like the commercial sounds like you get a lot more than $846 for 1 unit for $9.95? $846 isn't even enough to get you buried. I can't imagine, or get you cremated. Certainly not enough for a burial. But heck, I don't even think that's enough for a cremation. So you got to be really careful with some of these companies out there that advertise these kind of real ridiculous low prices. It's very interesting. But let's see what $5,000 would be, or roughly. You're not able, as a 66-year-old male, to get $5,000 through Colonial Penn. You got to play around with their unit numbers, and that ends up, you always have a wackadoodle number here, like $846. See, I'm going to guess, let's look at 8 units, see what that is. That's the thing, you got to guess around. Oh, that's too many. 7 units. Oh, that's too many. Let's go down to 6 units. There we go. So $5,076 is 6 units for $59. Now, is that a good price? Well, probably not. Let's double check it against first day coverage. So we got $5,000. We've got a male, age 66, and we're going to click the Get Quote button. And again, this is right around $5,000 for right around $60. And here you go, Trinity Life Insurance Company, great company. You can actually get $5,000 worth of first day coverage. That's what this level means right here. Level means first day coverage for $29.51. So just kind of process this a little bit. First day coverage for right around $30, or 2-year waiting period for right around $60 for right around $5,000 worth of insurance. The Colonial Penn is literally right around 200% more expensive than a first day coverage plan. Why on earth would you ever buy a plan that's twice as expensive for just about the same amount of coverage and a policy that's going to have a 2-year waiting period? It makes no sense at all. It makes just be an educated shopper. Don't fall for some of the marketing stuff you see online. Oh my gosh, we can save you so much money when you work with us at Funeral Funds. So let's find another insurance company here, maybe a company that advertises quite a bit, or that you're may be familiar with. Oh, wait, here we go. Lincoln Heritage. They're a fine company, I guess. They're expensive. Level coverage and $38.10. Now, they are more expensive because they've got a plan where when you pass away, they'll call 2 or 3 different funeral homes to shop around, get the lowest pricing, supposedly, maybe do a couple other things, but it's not a free service. Boy, they charge for it. So it's $38 versus $29. So right around $8 more a month. So that would be like $96 more a year. If you live 10 years, that'd be an extra $960. Now, think about that. Is a company making 2 or 3 phone calls and maybe doing a couple other things, is that worth, paying $960 more? I can't imagine that would take more than an hour if that's all these people do. They should be terrific at it. So that's like $960, give or take, an hour. That's pretty good pay for an insurance company. We don't recommend that, though. So what we actually provide is a free funeral and estate planning guide where you can fill this thing out in advance, who gets what goes where, where you want to be buried or cremated, kind of what ceremony, kind of all that stuff. Get it filled out in advance, and then we recommend you just keep it with your insurance policy. That way, when you pass away, the financial protection's there in the insurance policy, but also the emotional protection in the funeral and estate planning guide. And your family will know that you loved and cared about them, and you were preparing them for the day where you would no longer be here. And you knew it would be very difficult, and there would be a lot of decisions to be made, and you made those decisions in advance. So all they had to do is follow through and implement your wishes. What an amazing gift to leave behind. So there's other companies in here too. You'll be able to see the pricing, and just reach out to us if you need help with any of that. But also keep in mind, you can go to our website, funeralfunds.com, and we've got a special URL for our YouTube viewers. It's funeralfunds.com/YouTube, and you can get special pricing and discounts for all our video watchers. So go ahead and fill that out. You can call us at our toll-free 888-862-9456, talk with a real person. And if you have an existing policy right now and you just want to price shop it or add coverage to it, we can help you out with that. If you're looking for a brand new policy, we can help you out with that. If you just have questions, concerns, or want some information, certainly we can help you out with that. We look forward to helping you with this at some point in the future. Until that day comes, you stay safe, you take care, you have a nice day. Bye-bye.